be administered to high-risk groups, including citizens aged 65 and older, and those over 5 years old with immunodeficiency who have already been vaccinated. This additional vaccination is considering the effectiveness of vaccines against the currently prevalent variants of COVID-19 and the short duration of immunity among high-risk individuals. The 23rd Busan Science Festival, jointly organized by the Busan Science and Technology Association and the Creative Convergence Education Institute of Busan Metropolitan Office of Education, will be held at Bexco in Haeundae-gu on the 13th and 14th. According to Busan City Today, the Science Festival-themed Science Lives in Busan is a festival where more than 70 local science museums and school science clubs participate to enjoy and experience scientific and technological achievements. In international news, Israel has announced the approval of 3 humanitarian passages into Gaza to facilitate the influx of aid into the region. The Erez Gate, located in northern Gaza, will be temporarily reopened, marking its first operational period since the onset of the conflict. Additionally, the Ashdod port will be accessible to humanitarian shipments, while increased aid from Jordan will be permitted through the Kerem Shalom crossing. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. It's currently 16 degrees Celsius under clear skies. Fine dust and ultrafine dust particle levels are rated normal. Weather tomorrow is forecast to be partly cloudy with the temperatures to warm up to 19 degrees Celsius. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Busan Worldwide with Haeyeon Park. BEFM 부산영어방송.
The early voting for the 22nd National Assembly election has begun since 6 o'clock this morning. 네, 오늘과 내일 이틀간 오전 6시에서 오후 6시까지 제22대 국회의원 선거 사전 투표 기간입니다. So please make sure to exercise your civic right and responsibility to vote. It's a beautiful spring day, perfect for voting, isn't it? I'm Haeyeon Park and this is Busan Worldwide. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Busan Worldwide on this lovely Friday morning. It's April 5th, and you're tuned into BFM 부산영어방송, 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in Gijang, 정관, and Noksan areas. 네, 여러분, 어느덧 금요일입니다. Great job on pulling through another week. And I don't know, it felt like for me, this week was filled with cherry blossoms and a lot of smiley campaign workers on the street for the candidates of the general election. 네, 그렇죠. 바로 다음 주 수요일 선거일을 앞두고 있는데요. 오늘과 내일 사전 투표가 진행됩니다. Yesterday, both the ruling party and the opposition held events to encourage early voting for citizens. The Busan branch of the People Power Party staged a performance where candidates participated in a press conference and placed their own ballots in the early voting box. And the Democratic Party held a similar performance to encourage early voting at Busan Station, with the party leader and candidates joining together. While the party's stances and arguments may differ, they all emphasize the importance of casting one's vote. 투표는 민주주의 사회에서 정치에 참여하는 기본적인 행위이며 유권자의 권리이죠. 여러분이 바라는 세상을 만들기 위한 당당하고 소중한 한 표 반드시 행사하시길 바랍니다. I'm actually planning to go vote right after our show today. I think it'll be a nice way to wrap up this week. Listeners, let me know if you too are planning to vote today or tomorrow for the early voting. And keep in mind that for early voting, it can be done anywhere in the city, so there's an added convenience to it. Well, listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning. The time is now 11:07, and here's what we have in store for you. Our main segment, The Interview, is coming up next. That'll be followed by Global Buzz Busan. And for our weekly segment, News Insight, as always, our reporter Hyun-Sam will be joining us. And you know the drill by now. Our live stream is up and running on YouTube. So you can head on over to YouTube and search for 부산영어방송 or BFM to join us. And feel free to say hello or chime in our topics in the live stream live chat as well. From Busan to the world, Busan Worldwide. 오늘의 더 인터뷰 라이브로 만나보겠습니다. The MSC Korea Award, which awards outstanding companies striving for sustainability in the maritime and fisheries sector, took place earlier this week. MSC stands for Marine Stewardship Council, an organization dedicated to efforts for the recovery of marine ecosystems in response to the escalating climate crisis and marine pollution. So joining us today to discuss strategies for the restoration of the marine ecosystems is the MSC Korea's Program Director, Mr. 서종석. 오늘 더 인터뷰에서는 MSC 한국의 서종석 대표와 함께 해양 생태계 회복 방안과 관련된 얘기들 나눠보겠습니다. 대표님 어서 오십시오.
Yeah, I'm very honored to introduce MSC as a representative of MSC Korea.
Yes.
My name is Jong-seok Seo. I'm the program director of MSC Korea. MSC is a governance-based international non-profit organization founded in 1997 to protect the seafood resources from destroying marine ecosystems through overfishing, bycatching, ghost fishing gear, etc. Hence, to recover and maintain ocean biodiversity, MSC established the global standard to ensure sustainable fishery practices and then created certification and eco-labeling systems. Now, 300 staff members work for MSC globally. We regularly upgrade our standards and program, communicating and collaborating with diverse stakeholders worldwide to find problems and solutions. We invite fisheries, market players, academia, NGOs, governments, scientists, and international organizations to form a multi-stakeholder-based governance.
I see. Well, thank you so much for jumping right into it and telling us about the MSC, the Marine Stewardship Council, because some people might not have been familiar with it, so I'm sure that our listeners are appreciating it. Now, I know that MSC started in England, but when was MSC Korea established? And tell us about what kind of activities that the organization has been involved in.
Yeah, the MSC Korea office was established in Busan in 2018. We have partnered with the Korean seafood related stakeholders. For example, we made MOUs with the major retailers and seafood businesses. They support improving consumer awareness of sustainable seafood and encouraging customers to choose MSC's eco-labeled food. We also collaborate with educational partners to develop ocean environment education programs for children because they are the future generation and will soon be seafood consumers.
Right. So we always have to keep in mind the future generations that will come ahead of us. So MSC Korea started, it's only been about 6 years, but a lot of work has been done. That's great. Now, okay, I want to talk about squids. A lot of people mention that the price of squids have gotten so expensive along with the rise of other seafood product prices. But there was a time when squids used to be affordable. It was a very common food. What do you see as the reason for this price hike?
According to the UN FAO report, 34.2% of global fish resources are overfished. A more severe issue is that the population of marine creatures declined to 50% between 1970 and 2012. It's getting worse now. Surprisingly, the main reasons for this tragedy are not only climate change, but also overfishing, according to many academic papers.
Yeah.
That's why the squid stock in Korea is unstable as well, and the catch amount of other target species living in Korea's seas is not regular. This increases the uncertainty of consumption prices and threatens the livelihood of fishermen too.
Right. So when we hear about the marine organisms, declining, but when you put it into numbers like that, you said between 1970 and 2012, 50% decline. That's quite shocking and drastic. Well, MSC's role also includes preventing overfishing and illegal fishing to respond to this issue. So could you give us the details on what processes are involved in managing the marine fisheries?
Yeah, MSC recognizes and rewards fisheries operating sustainably through the MSC Fishery Certification Program and labeling system. MSC's standard is the leading measure of sustainable fishing, and it's rooted in global best practices in fisheries management and widely accepted fisheries science. There are three principles in the standard to ensure a sustainable fishery. The first is sustainable fish stocks. The second is minimizing environmental impacts. The third is effective management. Fisheries that achieve certification are audited annually and required to consistently improve their practices.
I see.
During the assessment and improvement process, fisheries work with scientists and experts to determine how many fish can be safely caught without impacting the future health of the stock and marine ecosystem. This involves collecting data on the size of the stock, when and where the species spawns, and how many juveniles are likely to survive into adulthood. And then they set the harvest rule, such as prohibiting fishing during spawning seasons and setting size limits to protect juveniles.
I see.
In terms of bycatching, the standard requires minimizing interaction with the endangered species and releasing them safely into the ocean when they unintentionally catch them. In addition, there are specific requirements to reduce the risk related to ghost fishing gear, shark finning, so on.
I see. So I wanted to ask you this. So once a company, for example, gets the certificate, that has to be renewed, right? You're saying they are continuously evaluated to,
That's right,
to
yeah.
continue that
That's
status.
right, yeah.
I see.
That's an important point. Yeah.
Well, listeners, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to an interview with the Marine Stewardship Council Korea Program Director, Mr. Seo Jong-seok. All right. Now, I want to ask about the current status of the MSC certification in our country and around the world, too.
We have 674 certified fisheries worldwide, which provide 19% of world caught seafood globally. There are 5,000 chain of custody certification holders and 20,000 eco-label products in the global market. It has been valued at $12.4 billion US. The growth of sustainable fisheries and the market continue to increase sharply. In the case of Korea, we have five certified fisheries, including tuna, krill, toothfish, etc., and 4 certified seaweed farms, including kelp, miak, kim, so on. It is remarkable that 80% of tuna fisheries in Korea joined the MSC program as a certificate holders or to be certified. So MSC's eco-labeled seafood products are increasing gradually. Now we have almost 90 products in the market.
Okay. That's great to hear, especially as someone who consumes a lot of canned tuna. I'm glad that glad to hear that 78% of them are all MSC certified.
Yeah, 80%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask about some model cases of foreign countries when it comes to being MSC certified.
Yeah, I can give you an example of Japan, our neighbor country. MSC certified products are dramatically increasing in Japan because many Japanese food companies and retailers are leading the market changes. For instance, one of the largest retail brands in Japan, Aeon, has been introducing MSC certified products since 2006 to encourage customers to find more MSC certified products. They created a fishy baton challenge. Today, Aeon has set goals to achieve MSC certification for all of their stores. In the case of another Japanese brand, 7-Eleven, they have set a goal of 100% sustainable seafood sourcing for their premium products by 2050. MSC eco-labeled rice bowls and sandwiches are quite popular in 7-Eleven convenience stores in Japan.
I see. So Japan being a country that produces a lot of seafood products, they're definitely leading the charge, it seems.
That's right.
I see. Well, what has been the reaction of domestic companies in Korea to the MSC certification program? I'm curious.
Yeah, only a few domestic companies were interested in MSC programs a few years ago. However, their interest is now increasing because of ESG trends. ESG is a measure of a company's non-financial performance. So it is used in investment decisions to determine financial performance and corporate sustainability factors, which are linked to 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs for short. MSC certification contributes to achieving 5 SDGs, especially SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, and SDG 14, life below water, linked to ocean environment. In particular, the MSC fisheries certification is officially recognized the UN as a tool to achieve SDG 14. Therefore, as the trend of general consumption has recently shifted towards sustainability, the fisheries industry is preparing for quick response to expand sustainable seafood production.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope that even more companies will keep showing interest and participate in sustainable production because, could you say that it's true that if we continue on with this trend, 50 years, 100 years from now, the future generation might not be able to consume seafood, right?
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is definitely an important issue that we have to look straight on and address. All right, so the MSC Korea Award was held the day before yesterday. What kind of event is the MSC Korea Award? And tell us about which companies were awarded.
Yeah, the MSC Awards were first launched in the UK in 2014 to recognize MSC partners who lead fishery innovation and market transformation for sustainable ocean. Global companies use the awards as a trophy to show their accomplishments in meeting the UN SDGs. The MSC Korea Awards began for the first time in 2021 for MSC domestic partners actively participating in the MSC program. The US, Australia, Belgium, and Poland have also held the MSC awards annually. There are 5 award categories in Korea. It comprises best brand, best product, best retailer, best food service, and best enterprise.
I see.
Best enterprise means a company that has contributed to spreading the MSC program and sustainable seafood across the fisheries industry, including fishing, distribution, and consumer awareness.
Well, who was awarded for the Best Enterprise Award this year?
Can I, say that specific company name?
we? Yeah.
Yeah, the winner of Best Enterprise is Dongwon Industry. Yeah, and also, there is a Busan local brand, Deokwa Food, was winner of Best Product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, is this true? I heard that Kijangmyeok was
Yes.
the first company for miyeok in the world.
That's right, exactly.
That got MSG
Yeah.
certified. Okay. So that's something to be locally
Yeah.
proud about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to ask next about, what are the fundamental solutions that need to happen to overcome this marine environmental crisis that's, it's fair to say that it is threatening the survival of humans and other organisms on Earth. So tell us about that.
Yeah. If we want to benefit from the ocean sustainably, we need to know how to manage it. Our marine resources are overused and comparatively exploited. The problem is that the ocean ecosystem may lose its resilience or take a very long time to recover. Therefore, we must protect the ocean and manage the circumstances before losing hope, because it's connected not only to environmental impact, but also to the socio-economic impact. 600 million people are employed in the fishing and seafood industries, and 3.3 billion people rely on seafood for at least 20% of their protein intake.
Right.
For this reason, we need to raise our voices to demand sustainable seafood.
And before the show, actually, we were chatting with our writer outside too. And you mentioned that, writing storybooks, these artistic ways are good ways to spread the awareness, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
So, artists out there, I hope that you can take more interest in this issue too and really teach not just adults, but children about this issue for sustainability for our marine ecosystem.
That's right.
All right. Well, before we let you go, do you have any messages for the citizens of Busan? If you have any, let us know.
Yeah. As a citizen of Busan City, I want to end by quoting John Lennon's song, Imagine. You may say MSC is dreamer, but we are not the only ones. I hope someday you will join us and the ocean will be teeming again. Choose MSC Blue Egg label in the supermarket. Your choice will change fishery practices and you can save the ocean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so beautifully put. And also, I want to mention the MSC Eco Label.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little about what it looks like so that our listeners can be on the lookout when they're shopping for seafood?
Yeah, it's a blue eco label and with a tick.
There's a little check sign.
That's right.
And it says MSC certified.
Yeah, MSC certified seafood,
Gotcha.
on the label. Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely be keeping that in mind the next time I go shopping.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's going to do it for today's The Interview with the MSC Korea Program Director, Mr. 서종석. 네, 오늘의 더 인터뷰는 MSC 한국의 서종석 대표와 많은 이야기 나눠봤습니다. 대표님 오늘 함께해 주셔서 고맙습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's take a song break. This is, let's see, Imagine, the song that you just mentioned by John Lennon.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
Welcome back, everyone. It's 11:29 on the clock, and let's move on to Global Buzz Busan, shall we? Your go-to segment for all things Busan as we take big leaps towards becoming a global hub city. 글로벌 도시로 나날이 나아가는 부산의 다양한 소식을 전해드리는 시간이죠. The city of Busan is pushing forward various policies to advance as a city of video content by planning to build the Busan Film Studio, which would become a hub for online video services or OTT platforms. So this means that it would not just be for mainstream films, but for various video contents. Due to a lack of filming facilities, Busan has only been able to accommodate 30 out of 117 inquiries for filming over the past 4 years. So this highlights the urgent need to expand more advanced video-based facilities to meet the global industrialization of content. 네, 이에 따라 부산시는 부산 촬영 스튜디오를 건립하고 부산 촬영소와 협업해서 다양한 콘텐츠 제작을 유치할 계획이라고 합니다. They've also announced plans to move forward with some detailed tasks, including across-the-board production services, the construction of an online platform for VR, virtual reality filming locations, as well as nurturing specialized personnel based on future extended reality XR technologies, and activating global markets through overseas expansion. 부산국제영화제, 또 지스타 등으로 알려진 문화 콘텐츠의 도시인 부산이 제작 인프라까지 갖추면 더욱 잠재력을 펼칠 수 있을 텐데요. 영상 콘텐츠 산업의 거점 도시로 우뚝 서기를 기대해봅니다. And this was today's Global Buzz Busan. Let's have another song. Here's Nikki Yanofsky with Take the A Train.
You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find it missed the quickest way to Harlem. Hurry, get on board, it's coming. Listen to those rails are thrumming. On board, get on that A train. Soon you will be on Sugar Hill in Harlem. You must take that A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you've missed the quickest way to get to Harlem. Oh, hurry, we'll get on, but it's coming. Can't you hear those wheels are thrumming all upon that A train? Soon you'll be on Sugar Hill in Harlem. When I'm in New York City, I go see theater. I love NY. The t-shirts say they love me too. Maybe I'll hit the shops on Old Fifth Avenue. I'll go sightseeing, I'll go see Miss Liberty. Wicked Brent and Legally Blonde, Hairspray, those are my favorite place. New York starts spreading the news, this is where I'm meant to be. Look around, there's so much to see in New York City. Maybe I'll even take the air train to go to Sugar Hill up in Harlem. Hurry, get on board, it's coming. Can't you hear those wheels are thrumming all aboard that A train? Soon you will be on some healing
Hello, I'm Mona Farouk from Egypt. When I moved to Busan in 2014, my daughter was only 12. She came with me and her brother because I started my work as a professor of Arabic language in Busan University of Foreign Studies. I remember how excited my kids were when seeing the first snow in Busan. That year, my daughter started special training for figure skating. In Busan, she was lucky to be able to take serious steps in achieving the dream of becoming a professional ice skater. Many foreigners come to Busan carrying their love for the Korean culture. I was one of those who were fond with Busan's culture, society, history, and all aspects of Korean life. Busan, the city of opportunities. Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
1, 2, 3. Busan, English broadcasting, English broadcasting, Busan, English broadcasting.
Yeah, thank you. And this is Busan Worldwide with Haeyeon Park.
변은생 기자의 뉴스 인사이트. All right, it's now time for News Insight, our weekly segment where we get to the nitty-gritty on various hot issues in and around Busan. And for this, we have reporter 변은샘 from 부산일보 in the studio. So let's say hello to her. 기자님 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
기자님 봄 좋아하신다. 봄 싫어하는 사람 없겠죠? 행복한 봄날들 보내고 계시죠? All right, so today we're going to talk about a new type of high-speed train that's been unveiled recently. 기자님은 KTX 열차 자주 타시는 편인가요?
네, 저는 좀 자주 탑니다.
네. 저도 어디 다른 도시 갈 때는 주로 KTX 열차를 타는데요. It's already been 20 years since the high-speed KTX railway opened, and now an even faster new train will be available. So let's find out more about this today. 서울과 부산을 2시간 10분대로 갈 수 있는 신형 KTX가 공개됐다고 하던데요. 전국구 여행에 걸리는 시간이 대폭 줄어들 것 같네요. 오늘은 이 내용 알아보겠습니다.
네, 국토교통부와 코레일이 신형 고속열차 KTX 청룡을 공개했습니다. 지난 1일 KTX 20주년 기념식에 앞서서 대전역에서는 윤석열 대통령과 박상우 국토부 장관, 하모니 코레일 사장 등이 참석한 가운데 명명식이 열렸는데요. 이 자리에서 차세대 동력 분산식 고속열차의 이름을 KTX 청룡으로 명명했습니다.
네, 아주 힘찬 이름이네요. KTX 청룡. Alright, she says that the Ministry of Land Infrastructure and Transport and Korea Railroad Corporation (Korail) have unveiled the new high-speed train called KTX 청룡. Prior to the 20th anniversary ceremony of KTX held this Monday, a naming ceremony was held at Daejeon Station, attended by President Yoon Suk-yeol and the Minister of Land Infrastructure and Transport, Park Sang-woo, and also the CEO Han Moon-hee of Korail. At this event, the next generation distributed power high-speed train was named KTX 청룡. Then what kind of train is this KTX 청룡? KTX 청룡은 어떤 열차인가요?
네, KTX 청룡은 설계 최고속도 시속 352km, 운행 최고속도 시속 320km로 국내 고속열차 중에 가장 빠릅니다.
예.
차 폭도 더 넓어지고 객실 공간도 확대됐다는데요. 8년 가까운 연구개발 끝에 100% 국내 기술로 설계 제작된 고속열차고요. 서울, 부산을 2시간 10분대로, 용산, 광주, 송정을 1시간 30분대로 각각 주파할 수 있다고 하네요.
네, 그렇군요. The KTX 청룡 has a maximum design speed of 352 kilometers per hour and a maximum operating speed of 320 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest among domestic high-speed trains. The car width has also increased and the passenger space has been expanded. After nearly 8 years of research and development, it's been designed and manufactured with 100% domestic technology. It said that it can run from Seoul to Busan in the 2-hour, 10-minute range and from Yongsan to Gwangju Songjang in the hour and a half range. So that's definitely an improvement. Then has the design method changed from before? 설계 방식이 이전과 좀 달라진 건가요?
네, KTX 청룡이 KTX 산천과 가장 다른 점은 동력 설계 방식에 있습니다. KTX 산천은 맨 앞과 맨 뒤 차량에만 동력 장치를 설치해서 기차를 앞에서 끌고 뒤에서 미는 동력 집중식입니다.
예.
반면 KTX 청룡은 각 차량 하부마다 동력 장치가 분산된 동력 분산식입니다. 차량마다 장치가 있어서 힘이 좋고요. 가속, 감속 능력이 뛰어나다고 할 수가 있습니다. 특히 가속 성능이 우수해서 역과 역 사이 거리가 상대적으로 짧은 우리나라의 지형적 특성에 적합하다는 평가가 나오고 있습니다. 정지 상태에서 시속 300km에 도달하는 시간은 3분 32초로 KTX 산천의 5분 16초보다 1분 44초 시간이 줄었습니다.
I see. So the biggest difference between the KTX 청룡 and the KTX 산천 is the powertrain design. KTX 산천 employs a power concentration method where power devices are installed only at the front and rear cars to pull the train from the front and push it from the rear. Meanwhile, the KTX 청룡 adopts a power distribution method where power devices are distributed under each car, providing each car with its own device. This results in better power and acceleration and deceleration capabilities. And its superior acceleration performance is suitable for the relatively short distances between stations in South Korea's geographical and topographical characteristics. The time it takes to reach a speed of 300 kilometers per hour from a standstill is 3 minutes and 32 seconds, which is 1 minute and 44 seconds faster than a KTX 산천's. 네, 그럼 시민들은 언제부터 KTX 청룡을 탈 수 있는 거죠?
네, 2일 오전 9시부터 코레일 앱 또는 누리집에서 예매가 가능해졌는데요. 급행 고속열차 기본 정차역은 서울, 대전, 동대구, 부산입니다. 현재는 서울에서 오전 8시 57분과 오후 3시 45분에 부산으로 출발하는 열차가 급행 고속열차이고요. 부산에서는 낮 12시 35분, 오후 7시 13분 서울로 출발하는 열차가 또다시 이제 급행 고속열차입니다.
네.
급행 고속열차 및 KTX 청룡의 운임 요금은 기존 KTX랑 똑같다고 하고요. 경부선은 하루에 4번, 호남선은 하루에 2번 시범 운행을 시작한다고 합니다.
예, 알겠습니다. She says that reservations have been available since 9 a.m. on April 2nd through the Korail app or the website. The basic stopping stations for the express high-speed train are Seoul, Daejeon, Dongdaegu, and Busan. Currently, trains departing from Seoul at 8:57 a.m. and 3:45 p.m. to Busan are express high-speed trains. From Busan, trains departing at 12:35 p.m. and 7:13 p.m. to Seoul are also express high-speed trains. The fares for express high-speed trains and KTX 청룡 are said to be the same as the existing KTX trains. There will be 4 trial runs on the Gyeongbu line and 2 on the Honam line every day. Then, how did the name 청룡 come about? 이 청룡이라는 이름은 어떻게 해서 나온 거죠?
네, 기차의 명칭은 대국민 공모를 통해 결정이 된 건데요. 지난 1월부터 두 차례에 걸친 공모를 통해 선정된 총 9,192건의 후보안 중에 전문가 자문을 거쳐서 KTX 청룡을 최종 이름으로 선정했습니다. 청룡의 해에 탄생한 고속열차로 보다 높고 화려하게 비상하기를 바란다는 의미를 담았습니다.
네, 그렇군요. The name of the train was determined through a nationwide public contest. After 2 rounds of public submissions from this January, a total of 9,192 names were selected through expert consultations, and KTX 청룡 was chosen as the final name. It signifies a high-speed train born in the year of the Blue Dragon, expressing the hope for it to soar higher and more splendidly. Now, I hear that the interior of the KTX 청룡 is a little different from previous trains. Are there any improvements for convenience? 네, KTX 청룡의 내부도 기존 열차들과는 좀 다르다고 하는데 더 편리해진 점들이 있습니까?
네, 내부 객실도 다른 열차보다 넓습니다. KTX 산천과 비교했을 때 좌석 간 앞뒤 공간은 20mm, 좌석 통로폭은 153mm 넓어졌는데요. 좌석 수도 KTX 산천 대비 136석이 많고요. 좌석마다 개별 창문과 220V 콘센트, 무선 충전기, USB 포트를 설치해서 편의성을 개선했다고 합니다.
예, 그렇군요. The interior cabins of the train are also wider compared to other trains. When compared to the KTX 산천, the front and back space between seats has increased by 20 millimeters, and the aisle width has gone up by 154 millimeters. There are also 136 more seats per train compared to KTX 산천, and individual windows, 220-volt sockets, wireless charges, and USB ports have been installed for each seat to enhance the convenience for the riders. 네, 그런데 이번 KTX 청룡은 어떤 취지에서 나오게 된 열차이죠?
네, 국토부는 5월부터 KTX 청룡을 모두 급행 고속열차로 투입해서 전국 2시간 생활권을 실현해 나가겠다는 방침을 내놨는데요. 이렇게 급행 고속열차가 늘어나면서 전국을 반나절 생활권으로 만들겠다는 겁니다. 어디나 빠르게 접근할 수 있도록 교통편을 편리하게 하고자 마련된 서비스입니다.
I see. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport plans to deploy all KTX 청룡 trains as express high-speed trains from May and onwards, aiming to achieve the concept of a national 2-hour living zone. With the increase in express high-speed trains, the goal is to turn the entire country into a half-day living zone, making transportation conveniently accessible everywhere. Now, in addition to this, I heard there will be KTX trains connecting 인천 and 수원 to Busan. 이뿐 아니라 인천과 수원에서 부산으로 연결되는 KTX도 나온다고 하던데 어떤 내용인가요?
네, 윤 대통령은 인천과 수원에서 KTX로 바로 부산과 목포로 갈 수 있는 인천 수원발 KTX 직결 사업을 임기 내 완공하겠다고도 밝혔는데요. 또 2028년에는 평택 오송 2 복선화가 완료되면 철로 용량이 늘어나서 급행열차 횟수를 더 늘릴 수 있도록 임기 내에 기반을 확고히 하겠다고 약속하기도 했습니다. 고속철도를 통해 어디서나 살기 좋은 지방 시대를 열겠다는 취지로 보입니다.
예, 그렇군요. President Yoon Suk-yeol has also announced plans to complete the Incheon and Suwon to Busan and Mokpo KTX direct connection project within his term. He made further promises that by the year 2028, when the double tracking between Pyeongtaek and Osong is completed, it'll increase the rail capacity, allowing for more frequent express train services. It appears to be an initiative towards creating a better living environment everywhere through the high-speed railways. 예, 알겠습니다. 그럼 오늘 내용 정리하고 마무리하겠습니다.
네, 고속철도 KTX가 개통 20주년을 맞이해서 신형 고속열차를 공개했습니다. 공개된 신형 고속열차 KTX 청룡은 국토부가 차세대 고속철도 연구 개발을 통해서 100% 국내 기술로 설계 제작한 고속열차인데요. 최고 속도는 시속 320km고요. 시속 300km까지 도달 시간이 기존 KTX 한 톤에 비해 1분 44초 단축됐습니다. 급행 고속열차는 정차역을 최소화해서 최종 목적지까지 운행시간을 단축하는 걸로 이제 서울 부산 구간은 2시간 10분대로 용산 광주 송정 사이는 1시간 30분대로 이동을 할 수 있게 됩니다. 전국을 반나절 생활권으로 만들겠다는 취지로 도입된 열차들인데 이에 따라 지방시대가 본격화될지 주목이 되고 있습니다.
예, 기대해 보겠습니다. Alright, so to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the opening of the high-speed railway KTX, a new type of high-speed train has been unveiled. The newly revealed KTX 청룡 is a high-speed train designed and manufactured with 100% domestic technology through the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport's research and development of next-generation high-speed railways. Its maximum speed is 320 kilometers per hour, and the time to reach a speed of 300 kilometers per hour has been reduced by 1 minute and 44 seconds compared to the existing KTX 산천. Express high-speed trains minimize stopping stations to shorten the travel time to the final destination. So now the Seoul to Busan route can be completed in the 2-hour, 10-minute range, and the Yongsan to Gwangju Songjang route in the 1.5-hour range. These trains were introduced with the aim of turning the whole country into a half-day living zone, and as a result, the local era is being closely watched. 그럼 이번 주 뉴스 인사이트는 여기서 마치겠습니다. 기자님 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Alright, let's take a song break. 꽃송이가 by 버스커 버스커.
배드민턴 치자고 꼬셔 커피 한잔 하자고 불러 동네 한번 걷자고 꼬셔 넌 한 번도 그래 안 된다는 말이 없었지 꽃송이가 그래 피었네 꽃송이가 그 꽃 한 송이가 그래 피었구나 거리의 사람들 수많은 사람들 그 길의 사람들 그래 나는 내게 얼마만큼 특별한 건지 그게 어려운 거야 그게 어려운 거라 그게 어려운 거야 맛있는 거 먹자고 꼬셔 영화 보러 가자고 불러 단대 호수 걷자고 꼬셔 넌 한 번도 그래 안 된다는 말이 없었지 꽃송이가 그래 피었네 꽃송이가 그 꽃 한 송이가 그래 피었구나 거리의 사람들 수많은 사람들 그 길의 사람들 그래 나는 내게 얼마만큼 특별한 건지 그게 어려운 거야 그게 어려운 거라 그게 어려운 거야 좋아 하모니카 솔로 꽃송이가 그래 피었네 꽃송이가 그 꽃 한 송이가 그래 피었구나 거리의 사람들 수많은 사람들 그 길의 사람들 그래 나는 내게 얼마만큼 특별한 건지 그게 어려운 거야 그게 어려운 거라 그게 어려운 거야
Welcome back, everyone. The time is now 11:52, and it's almost time to close out Friday's show. Hope you enjoyed all of our segments. I love talking about the new KTX train, the KTX 청룡. Listeners, how often do you take trains? I think traveling by train is one of the more romantic ways to travel. And now that this new train will be even faster, it's definitely going to make trips to other cities, especially from Busan to Seoul, a lot easier. I remember having snacks on trains. What do you call them? 삶은 계란, hard-boiled eggs. Having them in trains was something that when I described to friends who are outside of Korea, they didn't quite understand it. But that's one of the traditional train snacks, right? And, if you think about it, there are a lot of songs that have to do with trains too, like 춘천 가는 기차, 남행열차, 또 기차와 관련된 노래들도 참 많은데요. Well, I hope everyone has a great weekend coming up. And just another reminder that today and tomorrow is the early voting days for the general election. So get out there and make your vote. All right, everyone. Busan Worldwide was produced by Kim Yoo-eun, written by Pang Mira, and I've been your host, Haeyeon Park. I'll say goodbye with this one of your girls by Troye Sivan. 여러분 좋은 하루 되시고요. I'll be back tomorrow with our weekend edition. Bye-bye.
You should trademark your face, lining on the block to be around you. But baby, I'm first in place. Face card, no cash, no credit. Yes, God, don't speak, you said it. Look at you, skip the application interview. Sweet like Marabou. Look at you. Give me a call if you ever lonely. I'll be like one of you girls or homies. Say what you want, but I'll keep it a secret. You got the key on my heart, and I need it. Give me a call if you ever get desperate. I'll be like one of your girls. Everybody wants you, baby. Everybody. You shouldn't show that way. So highest policy. But nobody wants you bad as I do. Baby, let me plead my case. Yeah. Face card, no cash, no credit. Yes, God, don't speak, you said it. Look at you, pop the culture iconography, standing right in front of me. Look at you. Give me a call if you ever lonely. I'll be like one of you girls or your homies. Say what you want, but I'll keep it a secret. You got the key on my heart, and I need it. Give me a call if you ever get desperate.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재,